Hello everyone, I am Lorito Pulitan. Today I'm going to explain briefly the discharge procedure for oily mixtures arising from the cargo tank cleaning or those accumulated in the engine room builds following the provision of Annex 1. First, engine room builds. Machinery spaces. The engine room naturally accumulates oily water in its builds from regular machine operation. There is what we call tracking toll. Every time the ship deals with engine room oil waste, it must be logged immediately in the oil record book, ORB Part 1. Immediately means right after the operation finishes. So sa paghuman sa operation, i-record dayon gyud kay nganuman if you write it late, inspector will think you dump oil illegally into the sea. The ORB or oil record book works like a tracking tool. Port inspectors check it and match the times and amounts with other ship records. Dili gid na mawala ng inspector. Parehas ragod sa series na nga naa pay inspector mo check sa mga pasahero. Same as in marine life, na po inspector who check to assure everything is fine. If the numbers don't match or you write late, the ship can get a big fine or be stopped at port. Ngano ka importante ang pag-record right after sa operation? Ngana ka importante ang pag-record right after sa operation? So write the date, time, place, and how much oil was handled right after you finish the job. Then what must be recorded in ORB? A. Dumping the water. Logging when dirty water from those fuel tanks is pumped out. B. Cleaning oil waste. I-record during pag-collect and pagkuha sa deck oil, mud, or what we call sludge. C. Pumping engine room water. I-record na sad whenever dirty floor water or what we call bilge water from the engine areas is pumped overboard or kanang ilabog. D. Taking on new oil. So record whenever the ship loads new fuel or large amounts of lubricating oil or maoni gitawag nga bunkering. And please note that this logbook must stay on board and be easily available for inspection for at least 3 years after the last entry. Second is cargo tank cleaning. Cargo area of oil tankers. Cleaning out tankers, massive cargo tanks creates a large amount of highly concentrated oil water. MARPOL strictly regulates how and when this can be discharged. So naagyoy importanteng pamalakad or procedure sa pag-discharge sa oil. First, let's talk about discharge outside special areas. To legally pump cargo related oily mixtures into the sea outside of restricted zone. All of these 6 conditions must be met. Means na ay mga lugar na prohibited, which is dapat careful jud. So tanker cannot be inside a designated special area for safety and para pod dili maban ang inyong barko. Second, the tanker must be more than 50 nautical miles away from the nearest land. So naa sad di ay kalayon di ay kalayon nga gi consider. So the waste does not wash up on beaches or ruin shallow coastal waters, which is delikado sa mga tao ug sa mga sea creatures. Third, the tanker must be en route, moving on its voyage. The ship must be actively traveling to its destination. It cannot be sitting still, nagpundo or naka-angkorahe lang, because a moving ship helps scatter and mix the waste into the ocean water. So that's why dapat galihok ang barko. Fourth, the instantaneous rate of discharge cannot exceed 30 liters per nautical mile. This prevents the ship from dumping a massive concentrated puddle of oil all at once. So dapat gradually lang or anam-anam lang. Fifth, the total volume pump overboard cannot exceed a tiny fraction of the original cargo, either 1/15,000 or 1/30,000 of the total quantity of the particular cargo, depending on when the tanker was delivered. Yes, kasagaran gyud waste must be kept on board. Lastly, the ship must have a fully operational oil discharge monitoring and control system, ODMCS, and a proper slab tank arrangement. And next is discharge inside special areas. There is a role in this. Any discharge of oil or oily mixtures from the cargo area is completely prohibited while the ship is inside a special area. Note the clean or segregated ballast is exempt from these strict discharge restrictions. Then third important so consider is systems and equipment used. The ODMCS or oil discharge monitoring and control system, oil tankers of 150 gross tonnage and above must use this automated system. It records exactly how much oil is being pumped out per mile, the total quantity, and the date time. So dili lang di ay basta-basta na maggawas og mga oil or waste na dyan angay sundon or pilara. Cross A og asa kay if the oil content exceeds what is legally allowed, the system automatically stops the discharge. So naay machina mo track ana, which is what we call ODMCS or oil discharge monitoring and control system. Next is slab tanks. Tankers need a way to separate oil from water before pumping anything out. They must have a slab tank arrangement designed to hold the tank washings, oil residues, and dirty ballast. The total capacity of the slab tanks must be at least 3% of the ship total oil carrying capacity. Large tanker 7,000 tons dead weight and above delivered after December 31, 1979 must have at least two slab tanks. And last thing to consider is the cargo logging tool. Just like the engine room, every single cargo operation must be meticulously log in the oil record book part 2 by the officers in charge and sign off by the master. This includes everything from loading and unloading oil, transferring cargo during the voyage, operating the slab tanks, crude oil washing, to the final disposal of any residues. Like part 1, it must be kept safe on board for 3 years. So simply recording everything right after all operation is very important for the safety of the workers and sa tanang nagpuyo sa dagat, and of course para sad sa barko na dili ma-ban. That's all. Thank you for listening and watching. Bye.